from Wayra, from Madrid. Please welcome Gonzalo Martín-Villa.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much for letting me present Wayra today. Early this week, when I was thinking about the event, I promised myself I was not going to do the typical presentation, at least the typical presentation for somebody that works for Telefonica, full of numbers and objectives and vision and all that. And also, since I have only 5 minutes, because the important thing is for you to listen to the startups, I just want to focus in one thing. I just want to focus in letting you know what it feels to manage and work in Wayra. And if you look at the screen, this is how we feel. We feel that we're kissing frogs all the time. Our frogs are the startups, and we're looking for the princes that are these startups, right? So we started only 1.5 years ago, and since we started, we have been kissing frogs. We don't know how many frogs we're going to need to kiss to find the prince, but at least today we have good casting of candidates. The funny part of this is that this is a project that is raised and managed by a huge telco, like what David said, like Telefonica. And this is not normal, and now you're thinking why Telefonica is doing this, and it's a great question. Why? Because by nature, telcos are the opposite from startups, from our frogs. Startups are lean, and they take decisions really quickly. They take risks too. Telcos are sometimes not very fast. They are reflective, they're thoughtful. So they're very different worlds, and it's difficult to get them together, of course. But there's something changing in some companies' DNA, something that is making them do extraordinary things. And in fact, this guy, José María Álvarez Payete, who is the true promoter of Wayra since the beginning, is probably the person who has kissed more frogs. A couple of weeks ago, he was nominated as the CEO of the company. I'm not really sure if this was because he's a good kisser. Probably it helped a little bit. But when we started this, not long time ago, I think the first decision we took was the best one. And we acknowledged that we had no idea how to build up a startup accelerator. But we decided we needed to do it. So basically what we did, I spoke with José María, and he said, do it. And we started in Colombia. So we did a call for projects in Colombia. We didn't know what was going to happen. What happened? We got more than 600 projects there. So we thought, OK, this could work. So we decided to keep on going. And from Colombia, we went to Mexico. Mexico went really well. And then to Argentina, and then to Venezuela, and to Peru, and to Brazil, and then to Chile. So we realized that we were not building academies, we were building a global network for innovation. And we said, if it's working in Latin America, this can work in Europe too. So we came to Europe. We started in Spain, we launched in Spain, and then here in the UK, and then Ireland, and then Germany. So this is not about building academies, as we call the physical spaces where where the startups are working with us. This is about creating a global innovation network. A network not only for entrepreneurs, but also for investors, for partners, for the whole startup ecosystem. I promise I was not going to talk about numbers, but there are 4 numbers that are very important for us. OK, what has happened in only 1 year, 1.5 years? We're now present in 2 continents, in 11 countries, 12 academies. We have 2 in Madrid, in Spain, 1 in Madrid and 1 in Barcelona. I believe this is for football reasons. We have received more than 13,000 projects, and the most important number for us, we have invested in this year in more than 170 startups, our frogs. Many people, when we show this, many people come up to us and say, OK, this is great, congratulations, you have done an incredible job within Telefonica, you have moved really fast. You have built this in a record time. You have built probably, people tell us, you have built probably the largest accelerator on Earth. And it's great to hear it, but the real thing is that we feel that we have done nothing yet. Because we feel that we are in a new beginning now. Because probably we now know how to kiss frogs, but the important thing for us now is finding the princes, finding the best of the good, and providing them for the best acceleration services, the support, the funding, and all the help they need to succeed. And that is our real aim, to find these princes. So along the way, we have learned a lot of things. Probably it has been an incredible journey for learning. But there are three things that are very important for us that we have learned. First of all, that the rules are meant to be broken. Second, that you don't need to be in California or go to California to develop your talent. You have opportunities here in Europe, and you have lots of opportunities in Latin America. And finally, sharks don't have to be the kings of the ocean. When we designed the way we were going to have the relationship with the startups, we decided to create a very friendly model. We don't ask for control. We don't ask for any exclusivity rights. And we have realized and we have learned that this is a win-win situation. It's great for startups, and it's great for Telefonica, for Wayra too. So now, the best part of my presentation, and I feel ashamed because normally the best part of my presentations is when I shut up and I bring some startups up here to pitch. So I would like to introduce 4 of our startups that come from our academies around Europe. The first one is Blue Butterfly. So please, Andy, Owen, so we're here. Blue Butterfly is a company that is based here in our London academy. What they do is they use NFC technology to connect to Wi-Fi. I'm going to keep an eye on the time, and I will ring the bell after 5 minutes. Okay?
Thank you, Gonzalo.
Oh.
Hello everyone, I'm Andy King. I'm the co-founder of Blue Butterfly, and as Gonzalo said, we're working in the NFC space. NFC is a technology built into most modern smartphones, and we've created an NFC app that simplifies connecting to Wi-Fi. I'm sure you've experienced this problem yourself. You go into a cafe or bar or hotel and you want to get on the Wi-Fi network there, but there's a password. You have to ask for it. Often it's written on a crumpled piece of paper and you can't connect. Or there's a long registration process and you have to give the Wi-Fi provider lots of personal details about yourself before you can connect to the Wi-Fi network. Our app solves this problem by using NFC and embedding an NFC tag, for instance, into a drinks mat or a poster or a menu. You simply touch your phone and you will instantly connect to the Wi-Fi network without asking for the password or registering. We filmed a short video the other day with one of the people who was on this year's apprentice to actually demonstrate this in the real world. So Tap to Wi-Fi is an app for Android smartphones. It uses NFC, and if you don't have an NFC phone, it can also work with QR codes. And when you see the blue butterfly symbol, you'll hopefully recognize that you can use our app in this outlet. You simply tap your phone and it connects automatically. Also, at the same time, you can check in using Foursquare, and you can also like the business's Facebook page, all in the same application. When you connect, also, the business can prompt you to view their special offers or promote loyalty, or even let you watch media and new promotions. The business will be able to view who's been using the Tap to Wi-Fi system in their stores, and they'll be able to generate some rich analytics and data based on our app. We're currently testing the system out at DroidCon conference this week, where 2,000 developers are downloading our app and accessing the Wi-Fi using our app rather than having to ask for the password. Hopefully this time next year we'll be able to integrate it here at Wired as well. We're also using our NFC platform to allow third-party developers to build their own apps. So we're solving one particular problem that we think has got quite a lot of widespread usage, but I'm sure there's many other NFC apps out there. And once we get our tags widely deployed, other people will be able to come with us with their own NFC ideas that can actually launch when you tap to Wi-Fi. So for instance, if you built an app to leave a rating at a restaurant, once you connect to Wi-Fi, that app can fire up, and then you can integrate many other types of apps with our tags. One of the winners from a hackathon that we organized in Berlin where we tested this is actually here at Wayra, and his app lets you, for instance, see who was at a meeting room or a conference when you tap to Wi-Fi. So we see the tap to Wi-Fi as a kind of channel to open up many other NFC type of experiences when you connect. And that's it. I'm not out of time yet, but it's a fairly simple concept. So in the last 30 seconds, I'd just like to thank Gonzalo and Wayra. This has been a bit of a fairy tale for me. I was a student last year, and now I'm in charge of my own company and here speaking at Wired. So I hope if I have turned into a prince or someone kisses me, I don't turn back into a frog. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. And now, coming all the way from Mexico, from our academy in Mexico City, I would like to introduce you to Antonio and Linda. They are the founders of a project or a company called Macchina. They do wearable technology. So, all yours.
I need the clicker. Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Linda, and I am one of Macchina's 3 co-founders. Let's talk about wearable technology. Wearable technology is any clothing or accessories with computer advanced electronics technologies. When we started out with Macchina, we wanted to solve a problem. We noticed that wearable technology has been existing since the 1980s. However, since it has always been built by engineers, it hasn't been functional and not even practical. We are Macchina. We're a wearable technology company living in Mexico City, and we've had a vision for over a year now. We design machine-like clothing. We create wearable machines. Okay, Macchina takes its inspiration from current social movements, particularly in the digital world, online and offline. Our branding image is inspired by a culture of freedom, cooperation, free software, open source, and creation do-it-yourself. We do this through clothing and wearable technology. Our wearable technology, as you can see, is fashionable, functional, and adaptable. It seamlessly integrates into other technologies, and it is always designed by the fashion designer's perspective. We are looking to extend the functionality in our products. That is why we are working with a large amount of beta testers who interact with each one of our products. All of our code is free, as in libre. We make the perfect clothing for hackers, geeks, which are considered the new royalty, designers, gamers, tech addicts, and we like to call them the digital athletes. But who are these digital athletes? We like to call them people that don't identify with a brand or a brand doesn't reach out to them. There are people who live among the 4 pillars of digital culture, being communication, interaction, music, and gaming. Our first collection is called The Body as an Interface. It is inspired by schematic light bulb drawings. This is one of our design process from starting to end. We recently successfully crowdfunded this product. We have many products with $30,000 last week. It's a cyclist bike pack, and it is the functionality to promote safety among cyclists and drivers. We have a jacket that you need to imagine yourselves right now making music through using your body as an interface. Our jacket is social because we are used to connecting and interacting with other people and sharing information. It is local because it is for all of you musicians, being aspiring or professional. And it is mobile because you can play in the tube, I was going to say subway, and the street, and right here or right now. And now let's listen to an example. We are looking to crowdfund this in Kickstarter in the following weeks. We thank Wayra for this opportunity. Thank you.
Perfect timing, Linda and Antonio. Thank you very much. Okay, the next startup that we have is a startup that is based here in our Wayra Academy in London. Its name is Macchina. Joanna and Nick are here to present it. What they do is basically they transform people into pixels. All yours.
Hi, I'm Nick from Macchina Interactive. I'm the chief technical maker of stuff.
And I'm Joanna, and I lead up the team, and I also work on the creative direction.
Our goal in Macchina is to disrupt the way that we experience live events. And we started Macchina earlier in the year, at the very beginning, from a very basic open frameworks program to what we have now, which is a scalable and robust system. So what's the big idea? We basically, if you saw the opening and closing ceremonies of the Olympics, inside the audience, they had the LED panels and they created images across them. So we do the same thing with phones. So we've created a little promo video for you. We've got about 60 of our friends together and to demonstrate the basics of what it can do.
So this was something we did a bit early on in the piece. So yeah, so that was really early on in the piece. We've really progressed things from there, but we got excited because we could see the real potential to engage with an audience. So who are we and how can we deliver this technology? Well, a bit of our background, we've got 4 people in our team, and combined we've got over 35 years experience in live events, so that's kind of our background. 2 of our directors run a major production company in New Zealand, which is where we're from, servicing events from 100 people to 50,000 people in lighting and sound and all that kind of thing. I've run a creative studio, so I bring that background. Nick has an extensive technical background. And we're getting really good advice to the project. One of our advisors actually used to be the concert director for U2, doing the major tours like Zoo TV, Elevation, and 360, which was the highest grossing tour of all time. So we're getting that kind of input into what we're building. So that's all fine and good, but how is this going to make money? What's the business model? So in a quick snapshot, we haven't got lots of time, we see our value proposition as being twofold. So, I mean, artists are always looking for that next amazing live experience, and so MakeLight can totally deliver that. But as well, once we know where people are, because we've located you in order to deliver the pixel that makes you part of the overall image, that opens up a really interesting communication channel to the audience. So now the artist can almost communicate directly and vice versa. And there's opportunities there for brands as well.
We can also speak, we can also have the audience feed back into our system so we can get things in real time.
It's a two-way conversation. So as a team, we're always sort of looking to the future and seeing what's coming up next. And there are 3 major trends that we're kind of excited about the success of this project because of these trends. So obviously smartphones are on the increase, and you only have to go to a live gig and see everyone hold up their phones just with the light on to see pretty much everyone at a gig or a concert has that. Also this location-based idea that knowing where people are with accuracy is on the rise and on the increase. And we're also noticing an increased brand spend and experiential and sponsorship. So we feel like these 3 overlap and intersect to form a real perfect storm for what we're developing. So that's us, that's MakeLight. We're dedicated to transforming the future of live events. And we hope to see you all in the crowd as a pixel very soon. Yeah, if you like what you hear, please get in touch with us, follow us on Twitter. We'd love to talk with you, especially Imogen and Todd. We loved what you were talking about. So, yeah.
Also, thanks to Wired and Telefonica for giving us this opportunity, and thanks for Wayra for giving us the chance to actually show what we can do.
Absolutely. I mean, Wayra, being part of the Wayra Academy has changed the game for our business and our product, and yeah, we couldn't have done it without you guys. So, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MakeLight. And last but not least, coming all the way from the beautiful Santander in Spain, from our Wayra Academy in Madrid, Jesus Perez, founder of TEDcast. They describe themselves as the Minority Report for doctors. So
I need the image in the, okay. So let me run it. Okay, my presentation is going to be a little bit weird, so. Is it here? Okay. So thank you, everyone. I want to say thanks to Wayra and to Wayra. So I have to say, okay, let me do it again. So welcome to Wayra conference. That's it. So if we are here, it's because in Wayra the thing we are a startup that is on fire. You know, maybe it's right. So in order to say thanks to Wayra, I would like, and only for this time, to write Wayra with the W of Wayra. So now I've got your attention, hopefully. I would like to introduce myself and my company. My name is Jesus Perez. I'm the CEO of TEDcast. And in TEDcast, we develop natural user interfaces for medical doctors. That's why we have been called the Minority Report for doctors. OK, now let's get started with the problem we solve. And for that, I want to ask you to come with me to an operation room. OK, there we are. So in an operation room, there are plenty of screens here and there. That's it. So there are a lot of information there with a lot of digital information that has to be accessed and manipulated in real time by medical doctors, you know. And everything has to be clear. The room has to keep being sterile. So how do they solve this problem? Okay, so they have 2 options. One of them is going inside of the room to consult and manipulate all this information clean themselves, clean themselves, and then go inside of the room. It takes for about 20 minutes each time they have to do so, okay? It's not very effective. So the other option is to put some kind of touch screens or computer inside the operation room. But in this case, they are risking the sterilization of the room. Here you can see there is a computer there in the operation room. Oh my God. You see what I mean? Bacterial infection. So let me eradicate them, okay? That's it, finished. I wish it would be so easy, but the sad truth is that it's not. So this is a real problem. Let me show you some numbers, okay? So only in the States, 100,000 people die every year because of this kind of bacterial infection they get inside hospitals. I think it's really terrible. And in Spain, it costs 700 million euros every year. Fortunately, we have an economy that, okay, forget about it, okay? So, okay. So how do we solve it? Well, I think the best way of solving it is with a small video. You can see there a surgeon operating through our technology. You can see how it's manipulating and accesses to all this information in real time without touching anything, only with voice commands and gestures. So, video off. Until now, we have done a lot of things. You know, we are a recently new startup of only 10 months. But in 10 months, apart from winning 10 different prizes, some of them international, we have made different agreements with companies all around the world. So I need a world map in order to show you. So we have made agreements. We have made agreements from companies from Canada, Clear Canvas, to Singapore, here, Clarity Radiology, from Argentina, there, Epic Crisis, to Turkey, you know, Formula D, or from Spain, you know, MIT, to Oran Technology in South Africa. So I don't need any more the map, so let's close it. I would like to get in touch with you, but bearing in mind the kind of technology we provide, getting in touch is not the best way, you know. So what I would like is to get in touch less with you. So now I'm going to show you a small demonstration, you know, live of our technology. I think I have still, that's it. Where's the play button here? Okay, so this is a Clear Canvas application. So the Kinect is watching me now and a doctor inside an operation room. Maybe there are some other doctors. All of them will be in yellow because they are passing by, but we don't want them to control. If I want to control, then I only have to raise my hand, then I'm in purple, and I can control everything. So for example, I could do a zoom on the image only with movements in my hands. Or, you know, I could do any other kind of option. For example, I could navigate through different cuts of the image, okay? So only with the small gestures and voice commands, everything is safe, and we are going to save lives. So thank you very much for being here with us.
From them. In Telefonica, we are, I think, more than 250,000 employees, and I normally say that I'm the luckiest one, and I believe you understand why. No? We help these guys with their dreams, we create companies, we create employment, and everything with a lot of passion, so it's an incredible job. I would love to come sometime here to tell you about the happy endings of all these stories and some other stories that we have in Wayra. Very soon. In the meantime, I'm ready to kiss as many frogs as I can, so I'll be around. And also, of course, we always say that funding is not that important, at least at this stage. They need a lot of help from us and services and everything, but funding and money, of course, always is also important. We're holding a global demo day in Miami, the 12th of December, so if you have money, we want that money for their startup, so you're all invited to go. 12th of December in Miami. Okay?
But the audience can help as well now by voting for the startup they want to win. So we're going to do this. It's the last task we've got for you before lunch. We're going to do this by applause, but we need some scientists, we need some geniuses to come along and help assess the applause scientifically. So let's get a couple of our MIT geniuses. So Sebastian and Todd, jump on stage. You're going to tell us as loud as you can for the startups you rate the most. Blue Butterfly Digital from Andy. Macchina, Antonio and Linda. Make Light Interactive, Joanna and Nick. Finally, TEDcast from Jesus. Professors, do you detect a preference?
I'll let the musician say he's got a better ear than I do. It's the same people for clapping for all of them. I think maybe the last one was perhaps the loudest.
Congratulations, Jesus from TEDcast.